Okay, this week we're going to talk about setting up for the shot. When I long range hunt, typically I hunt in an ambush type of scenario. It's a lot like hunting out of a tree stand, only distances are greater. I like to have good travel routes in between the areas I want to shoot. I like to have a lot of different shooting opportunities, so I pick my areas so I can see the most country. Now, some of these places aren't very far. They're 400 or 500 yards, and they might stretch out to over 1,000 in places. They might stretch out to a mile in places. And I like to get set up where I have the highest odds of getting a shot in that mid-range. I like to shoot in the 500 to 800 yard range. But anyway, I've been to this place several times. I hunt it every year. I pretty much know now where to sit, where to set up, what my fields of fire are, so to speak. So the first thing I do when I get to an area like this is I don't just look at it. I might pull my glasses up and look around real quick, but I get my stuff ready. I lay it out like I have it here. I check my fields of fire. The worst feeling you can have is be looking across a canyon and have a bear come out, at 800 yards or whatever, and you can't get the rifle on him. You can't get the right angle. There's trees in the way, there's bushes in the way, whatever. So, take a little bit of time looking at your area and try to set up where you have the greatest odds of pulling off a shot. Now, this spot where I'm at now is a rock ledge that's relatively clear and allows me to see across, and I can see a mile to my right and I can see about a half mile to my left, and the shots start at 530 and reach out to over 1,000 in front of me. So to make sure I can shoot it, I just lay my rifle down like I have it here and I check the angles. So I'll start swinging it around and I'll see what gives me the spot I can set up on to give me the most shot opportunities. Now, I know from experience from doing it here before that I can just pick my rifle up and move to the right and I can shoot this entire hillside over here. Well, tonight I want to shoot this hillside, so I have it set up this way, but it's only going to be a 10-second deal to get over to this side, and I know I can pull a shot off because I've already checked it. Now, when I get set up, like on that other video I did, I showed you the shoot bag. Now the shoot bag, has all my stuff in it, so no matter where I set up, it sits right here on the right side of me. I've got the rangefinder out. The first thing I did when I got everything out was I checked my barometer to see what it was, and I input everything into my phone for the program. Now, you can take wind readings, the whole entire time you're out hunting. You don't have to only take a wind reading right when you're here. You can get a feel for what the wind's doing the entire time you're out. You should be paying attention to it because it'll come and go, but it's almost always in a cycle. And here in the evening, say an hour before the sun goes down, we have a pretty steady wind from the left, 6 to 8 miles an hour. But then, about an hour before the sun goes down completely, it just dies off. Well, when the sun goes over the other side of the ridge in front of me and it gets dark where I'm at here, the wind will shift to the right, or from the right. I've got my notebook that I preach, that I bring with me everywhere, and I've got all those notes written in it from other times that I've been in here. Now, obviously, everybody's not going to go to the same place over and over and over, but it's a good idea to get into the habit of keeping those notes. So if you ever go back to that place and all your equipment breaks, like if Ryan got a hold of it, or if the batteries took a vacation, or if you left it in the truck by accident at your house, you'll have some kind of a backup. I know the distances to the hillside right in front of me, 650 over to 530 and everywhere in between, because I've written it down in here. So even if my rangefinder, took a crap on me, I could pull off a shot from here. The distances aren't so great that I need to know the exact yard. If the bear's at 659, it's not going to matter if I dial for 650. So that's something to think about. Everything I have right now, if I'm sitting here talking to you on the camcorder and a bear stepped out in front of me and I don't want to take the time to video it, I could literally just snap these on if he comes out on the hillside right there, throw a round in the chamber, dial it up, and shoot him in about 10 seconds. So, don't leave your stuff in the pack. Don't spread it out like a yard sale. Get it right in front of you where you can get to it. Economy of motion, don't waste any time, those kinds of things. It'll make a difference someday on a shot. Now, long-range hunting isn't a speed sport. Relatively speaking, our shots take longer to take than say if you're, still hunting through the woods and you get shot at a whitetail or an elk or something. But you don't want to waste time, because what I'm looking at right now is a hillside that has a lot of trees on it and a lot of small clearings in between those trees. So if a bear comes across, he's going to be moving probably the entire time, and he might stop 2 or 3 times in openings where I can actually shoot him. But it could be 15 or 20 minutes between going into the trees and coming out on the other side. So you just don't want to waste time. You want to have your stuff out and ready in front of you, and just give yourself every advantage you can.